Hi, my name is Marcia, and I need to reflect about how standardized tests are used in Chapter 3. And I need to include connect, extend, and challenge. So I will start with extend because the first part of the chapter it was new for me. I didn't know about all these tests and assessments for infant and toddlers. So, um, but based on my reading, I what I understood is like these standardized tests are psychological tests that measures abilities and aptitudes and achievement. And ability are skills that a child can have in a particular area. For example, in young children, they assess um, their different abilities in motor, language, social, cognitive skills. And there are three types of psychological tests. There is intelligence test, there is achievement test, and there is aptitude test. For intelligence tests, what happened is assess overall intellectual functioning. The achievement test measures ability. For example, if a person has mastered um, identify skills, for example, math, reading comprehension, or spelling bee. Aptitude test, it measure learn ability. For example, in music, art, or any other particular skill or area. Then we have the personality tests. These measure a person's tendency to behave in a particular way. These are used to diagnose children's emotional strength and needs. Then what I read it was about tests for infants, and I didn't know that there were different tests and assessment. Starting with the neonatal. So there are neonatal behavioral assessment scale that actually they are challenging because these assessments are challenging because the short period of attention span that that the babies have. For this group, there is like APGAR test assessment that actually assess health of the newborn. There is a neonatal assessment scale, behavioral assessment scale. Then they have the assessment of preterm infants behavior. The ANT scale that is from birth to 3.5 years old. Then also we have after that I was reading about infant and toddler development, and there is the assessment that they use for this group. So, for example, there is the GSL developmental schedules that measure infant development. The Bailey scale of infant development that is to learn about infant overall development. The communication and symbolic behavior scales developmental profile, assess communicative and symbolic development, constructive play. And then they have more other assessment. But what I found interesting is that all these assessments might be challenging because of like their attention span. So validity and reliability are questionable in these situations. Then there was the test for preschool children. That these tests help to evaluate development and to detect developmental problems. And these are tests, this group is under age of 6. But also validity and reliability are affected because of the limited attention span that this group have. And they are like, but I didn't know that there are type of measures like screening, diagnostic, language, and achievement test. And for this part, I would say like I can use the connect. I can include connect because what I already knew was about the type of assessment that we can do to evaluate this group. For example, as a preschool teacher, we have used assessment, and our assessment are based on our observation. I have used creative curriculum, and I use now the kinder care curriculum. So, but as a teacher, we need to observe our children behavior and interaction in the classroom in different areas, in different centers. So we have assessment, we have to assess, and then we have parents conferences 3 times during the school year. And we have used different assessment, but they're basically the areas like language and literacy, physical development and wellness, social and emotional development. And actually, each of them, they describe what we need to look at for each kid. So there are 3 boxes that says for fall, for winter, and spring. And then also we have used in creative curriculum, we have used different assessment that what we're looking for is in the social emotional area, language literacy, cognitive, physical, and creative. And we use this format to present to the families. So this on page 67, when we have like the child observation record second edition, provide appropriate assessment using developmental checklist. I have used the checklist, so we just need to mark if we see something different, if we observe something different in the children, or we need to ask for some help and communicate to the families. And all this, I think that gathering all this information help to identify if the children need an early intervention. The other ones, for example, language, we have received a lot of children, a lot of students from different countries. So their parents that they look for help, for assessment, because they're afraid if their children are gonna succeed or they're gonna have, or they have any language deficit. But this information is new, and I think I can use it for the future and ask some more questions to the experts. And then the other one that I will say challenge, I think that validity and reliability is the part that I found very challenging to understand. Maybe because I don't know what questions or what cues I need to look for. I observe the children, but I don't know what all these tests or assessment I'm looking for, what the expert or the doctors they need to know so they can decide if the children have any development problem. So I think that overall, I think all this information it's important as a preschool teacher, because now maybe I can have I have more tools to work with. Um, and I think that I can important question that I need to consider to know is, I think at the end and the summary of the chapter is like, what is the purpose of the test? Things important that I need to know. The purpose of the test, how the test was designed, establishment of validity or reliability, and number 4, test administration and scoring. And the scoring part is something new for me. No, we are preschool teachers. We don't score our students. We we observed, but I don't think that this last part, this scoring and assessment, are very new for me. I think that I found very challenging this part, this process, but also very interesting. I would like to learn more about it. Okay, so I think it was very interesting, all the chapter, and this is it. Thank you for watching. Bye.